Before the world awakens, a gentle mist blankets the mountains, painting them in soft, dreamy shades of blue. It's 5 in the morning, a time of quiet magic. A single dewdrop, heavy with the night's cool breath, trembles on the edge of a blade of grass before surrendering to the earth below. Nestled in this silent valley sits a traditional wooden house, a thin wisp of smoke curling from its chimney, a sign of life stirring within. Far across the fields, a rooster breaks the silence, its silhouette a dark shape against the first blush of an orange horizon. Inside the house, the world begins to turn. With a gentle push, a mother opens the heavy wooden shutters, and a brilliant spear of sunlight pierces the dim room, illuminating the dark, polished wood floor. Outside, the father walks to the old well, the rhythmic sound of a wooden bucket descending, followed by a satisfying splash as it meets the cool water. He brings the water to his face, the cold shock of welcome start to the day, droplets catching the new light like tiny crystals. In the kitchen, the rice cooker lets out a soft, contented sigh, its steam mingling with the morning light that streams through the window. In another room, 2 children begin to stir. They yawn and stretch in their futons, their hair a delightful mess, a picture of cozy comfort. On a nearby tatami mat, the family cat mirrors their movements, extending its paws in a long and luxurious stretch. Breakfast is a simple, beautiful ritual. Steam swirls and dances as rich, warm miso soup is poured into waiting bowls. The family gathers around the low wooden table, a quiet moment of gratitude as they clap their hands together and say "Itadakimasu" just outside, on the porch railing. A small, iridescent dragonfly lands, its delicate wings still wet with dew. With breakfast finished, the family steps out of their home and into the breathtaking green of the valley. The father makes his way to the rice paddy, the cool, wet mud squelching softly as he takes his first steps into the field, ready for the day's work. As the sun climbs higher, the mid-morning light bathes the world in gold. The children, full of energy, race down a narrow path, their laughter echoing as they run between rows of towering sunflowers that seem to smile down at them. They reach the village bridge, a simple wooden arch over a stream so clear and sparkling, you can count every stone on its bed. The daughter stops to pick wild daisies, carefully placing each one into her small wicker basket. Her brother, meanwhile, is on a grand adventure, chasing a bright yellow butterfly, his little legs carrying him in a clumsy, joyful dance until he stumbles and falls, erupting into a fit of giggles. The wind whispers its own secrets as it moves through a nearby bamboo forest, the tall stalks swaying in a steady, hypnotic rhythm. An elderly neighbor, her face a map of gentle wrinkles, waves from her porch where she's hanging persimmons to dry in the sun. Nearby, a great water wheel turns slowly, its moss-covered wood groaning with age, a constant, steady heartbeat for the village. The children's mother is hanging crisp, white laundry on a line, the sheets billowing like sails in the breeze. The father pauses his work in the field, wiping sweat from his brow and looking up at the vast blue sky, where fluffy, white clouds drift lazily by, looking as if they've been painted there. Detail. Fluffy white Ghibli clouds moving lazily across the sky. The children, hot from their games, find their way back to the stream, dipping their feet into the refreshingly cold water. They find flat, smooth stones and skip them across the surface, watching the ripples expand outwards in perfect circles. Deeper in the forest, the sunlight filters through the canopy of leaves, creating a beautiful, shifting pattern of light and shadow on the forest floor. Dust motes dance in the golden shafts of light. Tucked away on the path is an old stone Jizo statue, a small, faded red beard tied around its neck, a silent guardian of travelers. The path leads them to the village market, a bustling, vibrant scene where fresh fruits and vegetables are piled high in wooden crates, a rainbow of nature's bounty. The afternoon arrives, bringing with it a deep, humming stillness. The family gathers for lunch, not at their table, but under the sprawling branches of a giant camphor tree. They unwrap their onigiri, simple rice pods filled with delicious treasures. Life continues all around them. A tiny line of ants marches purposefully across a mossy rock, carrying a single crumb back to their hidden home. The loud, electric hum of cicadas rises from the trees, becoming the unmistakable soundtrack of the summer heat. Back at the house, the father sharpens his scythe on a whetstone, the rhythmic scraping sound a steady, meditative part of the afternoon. The daughter, finding a quiet spot, pulls out a weathered notebook and begins to sketch the rolling landscape before her. Her brother has succumbed to the afternoon's warmth, napping on the Ingara porch. A straw had tipped over his face to shield him from the sun. A delicate glass wind chime, a furin, tinkles softly, its clear sound a brief, sweet interruption to the cicada song. From their hilltop home, they can see the ocean in the distance, a hazy blue line beyond the patchwork of green rice fields. The mother brews a pot of herbal tea, the gentle sound of the hot liquid pouring into ceramic cups a promise of refreshment. But the sky is beginning to change. The brilliant blue of morning shifts, darkening to a heavy, bruised purple-grey at the edges. The wind, once a gentle breeze, picks up speed, turning the leaves upside down and showing their pale undersides. The mother quickly gathers the dry laundry from the line, her movements swift and practiced. The father calls to the family dog, herding it onto the safety of the porch. Then it comes. A single, fat raindrop hits a dusty stone, leaving a dark, round mark, and with it, the beautiful, earthy smell of rain on dry ground fills the air. The gentle rain settles over the countryside, shrouding the village in a soft, misty veil. From the outside, the family's home is a beacon of warmth, its windows glowing with a soft, inviting light against the grey evening. Inside, the house is filled with life and laughter. The daughter and son, their energy renewed, chase each other happily through the main room. Raindrops race each other down the window pane, their paths tracing glittering lines on the glass. In the kitchen, the mother is preparing dinner. She's making ramen, and the steam rises slowly from the pot, filling the room with a savory, comforting aroma. A closer look reveals the rich textures and bubbling life within the boiling pot. Soon, she is arranging bowls and chopsticks on the wooden dining table, her movements filled with care. The family gathers once more, their faces illuminated by the warm light, sharing happy smiles as they enjoy the hot, delicious ramen. After the meal, their father lovingly ruffles his son's hair. The house feels incredibly safe and cozy, a warm shelter from the storm outside. Steam escapes from a freshly brewed pot of tea, and the daughter, full of quiet joy, draws a small heart on the fogged-up window glass. The mother and father stand together for a moment, looking out at the rain, sharing a quiet, unspoken connection. As dusk deepens, an old oil lamp is lit, its single flame dancing and casting flickering shadows on the walls. In a corner, the cat sleeps peacefully, curled into a perfect furry circle. Before bed, the heavy inner rain doors, the amado, are slid shut, sealing the family in for the night, safe and sound. The rain has softened to a light drizzle, and despite the wetness, fireflies begin to emerge from the bushes, their tiny lights blinking on and off in the twilight. The storm has passed, and the clouds part to reveal a breathtaking night sky. The Milky Way stretches across the darkness like a river of scattered diamonds. Inside, the children brush their teeth together, their sleepy faces reflected in a small mirror on the wall. They're tucked into their futons, foreheads kissed, and whispered goodnights exchanged. A single cricket, hidden somewhere in the room, begins to chirp its nightly song. In the main room, the father reads a book by the light of the lamp, while the mother quietly sews a loose button. Outside, the house is a solitary point of light in the vast darkness, with just a lone lantern left burning on the porch. The moon, now bright and full, casts its silvery light onto the flooded rice paddies, turning them into shimmering mirrors. The final lamp is blown out, and the room fades into a soft blue moonlight. The village is silent, sleeping peacefully under a blanket of stars. A perfect, serene end to a perfect, simple day. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more peaceful moments.